Hello YouTube and welcome to today's episode of the Shredding Skeptics. Today we're going to be climbing the ladder of the Kart Championship. Let's get stuck right into it, shall we? On today's climb of the Go-Karting Championship, I'm going to learn the skills necessary to make any sort of moves within the career structure of Project Cars, because like you can see here, the game is pretty unforgiving, and after qualifying, one of the things you will notice when you play this game is the track is a little bit more slick, as they tend to clean up the marbles and other pieces of rubber fragment on the track, which I guess gives you more grip during qualifying, but it's gone the next time, so you'll find you're going to be having to readjust a little bit and sliding all over the place. So we're going to just take a quick little analysis here to show what it is that I had to do to maintain the pace that I did in this race. Now, the first thing you definitely want to do is a quick jump off the line. If you're able to get out there in front first, there's not a chance that these guys are going to catch you if you keep it clean. So into the first corner, you want to get all the way up into third gear for this and keep it in third coming through here, down into second, and light on the brakes. No braking, quick off and on the throttle as you come through there. Now with these cars, if you get off the throttle too quickly, your back wheels will lock up. So down from fourth into second for this corner. This one wasn't the best. Stay in second all the way through here. A little bit of braking with the left foot just to shift that weight to the front end again. Hard on the brakes here, down to first. Hard on the gas, 1, 2, 3, right up into 4. And just get it right up into 6 as fast as you can here. Get yourself slowed down into fourth gear, into third, and do your best to try to get as close to the apex of those corners as you can. So again, down to second, and this one here again, just off the throttle, back on the throttle. One thing I did notice while driving these go-karts is you almost have to control the braking of your front wheels and your back wheels separately, using your regular brakes to control more of the front, because the brakes tend to be more biased towards the front anyway, and use your engine braking to control the back. So in this corner, for example, getting right down into first will pull that back end around a little bit faster, and you can make sure to make it around these corners as long as you're staying in the right gear. So as you're going through the tracks, try to memorize which gears are going to work best for you. And make sure to keep in mind that as you're going up and down hills, that's also going to change the traction profile of your tires, and you're going to lose a lot more control if you're going to be coming over a hill, for example. And if there's any turns involved, just make sure to take those very, very carefully. So for our next race, we're going to be bringing in a new guest to the show. It's a good friend of mine from over the pond, and his name is the Scottish Skeptic. So he is going to be giving me some, well, he says tips on my racing, but I got a feeling he's going to rip me a new one on my rather poor driving style. So stick around for that, and let's hear what it is he has to say. On this foggy morning, we find ourselves at another qualifying lap, and I have great pleasure in introducing to the YouTube community the Scottish Skeptic. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Right. Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just focus on the race. Focus on the race. You're here because I need you to take a look at some of my driving techniques and, like you said, tell me what was wrong with them.
Alright, I should have no problem doing that, Sonny Jim. I mean, taking a look at some of your lines here, you know Jackie Stewart, but you got some potential.
Thanks, I guess.
Right, so let's get stuck right into it, shall we? Oh, sloppy, Sonny. And look, now he's overtaking you because you lost your speed through the turns. You gotta be more careful. You're gonna have to over-brake him and get him on the inside. Yeah, give him a little nudge there. No probs. Through these S-curves, you want to try to keep it as smooth as you possibly can. Don't worry about clipping the inside line, because if you keep your tires straight, you're gonna keep going. You're gonna take the turn with too much speed, you're gonna wank right off the side. See what I mean, you bastard?
Yeah.
You don't care what I'm on about. If you take these turns too fast, you're gonna go flying off the outside, and some bastard's gonna come around the inside and take you. And get up to 3 and cut him on the inside. Right, that's right, just send him right off the side, no problem. If you're no aggressive, these bastards will take full advantage, so let's see how you do in the real race.
No, I can totally see where you're coming from. I mean, fortunately we did have some better weather during the actual race, and we did have to contend with a slightly slippier track, so...
Don't you give me none of your damn excuses. I see you're becoming more of a race car driver every day because of the way you're making an excuse for this or that. Next it'll be tire pressure or the wind. Oh no, now the sun's in your eyes. Whatever will you do?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, what we wanted to make sure that we could learn out of this was how to improve the driving style a little bit. So is there anything constructive that you can actually offer me here?
Aye, you need to defend your lines much more aggressively. You're allowing them to pass you. If you stay out in front, they're going to try to avoid hitting you from behind. I know you don't really give them the same courtesy, but they're AI drivers, and they tend to behave a lot more than you do, so I would take advantage of that and try to learn how to drive faster before you have to play against humans. Watch your speed coming in on this corner, you're going to overshoot it again. Come on, man! What are you thinking? Stay in 3, do not go up to 4 when you're trying to get through a turn that tight. Down to 2, again. Oh, laddie, you're taking some of these turns worse than a bloody Sassenach at the Battle of Bannockburn.
I'm not really sure how that's relevant or how that's...
Of course you didn't see the point, you bloody wanker. Until you get your head in the game properly, you're never going to be able to kill those lap times.
Look, we talked about this killing thing with you before I was going to have you on this show. What is it with you with all this killing this or killing that?
Oh, you sound like a snivelling Frenchman. If you had been covered in the blood of over 1,000 English at the Battle of Bannockburn, you would understand.
Easy. There's no need to be getting all attacking the French on us, okay? Maybe we could just get back to reviewing the race at hand.
Maybe you can kiss my ass.
Okay, anyway. Why don't you just take it easy and just grab that base over there?
Fine, no problem.
Not bad, but I think you might be a little bit out of tune.
Yeah, you just focus on not getting past and finish the racing first.
Alright, mission accomplished there, so let's move on to the next race.
Oh,
here.
A beauty start! Nicely done taking the pole position off the line, laddie. Remember to protect that inner line and don't let them come near you. As you approach this corner, be very careful as you're going to lose traction, and nicely done. Little sloppy, you could clean that up.
Yeah, a little puff of smoke there, could have been smoother.
Alright, down into second for this next turn. Don't forget to use the entire road, you're only using a portion of it, and you're losing speed as a result. Fortunately, because you're maintaining pole position, these bastards aren't able to slip past you. Now be careful on this next section of track. Oh, and you got lost, you shite for brains.
Yeah, that was first time around the track. I unfortunately didn't really look where I was going on the map there.
Aye, and you've paid for it. You're going to have to make sure to outbrake this guy in the edge. Aye, shove that bastard off. You fooled me once.
Yeah, you fooled me once. Shame on, you, and then fool me twice. Shame on me.
What? No. You fool me once, I'll fucking kill you.
Damn it, Scottish Skeptic, we talked about this. Just keep a lid on that shit.
Right, sorry, I just get a little heated when I'm watching my racing. Not that you'd understand anything about that, you video game playing Nancy boy. Good defense of that line. I see you know where you're going this time.
Yeah, and that was just qualifying, so let's take a quick look at the main race.
Alright, nice start here, let's go. Oh my beauty! Previns jings and help my ball, what a blinding start that was. Off to a nice pole position, I see.
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky there. The AI doesn't seem to be all that fast with the clutch, and as I mentioned in the last video, they don't tend to shift up all that.
I see that. Nice apex through there. Higher on the brakes, let's see you get through this in 1. Right, nice up to 2. Keep it in 2 through there. Nice off the throttle. Right back on. Nice work. Alright, hard on the brakes, down to 3 for this section here. Keep your wits about you, you got another driver right up your chuff. Keeping it in 3 for this section here. Nice smooth left to right. Ease off the throttle and back on. Up to 4, all the way to the top of your gear range. Come on, push it, brake late, hard on the brakes. Nicely done, my son.
Cheers, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your own racing history?
Right, well there was that one time I led the charge against the English. We came up over the moors and we saw them through a fog. They never saw us coming till we saw the whites in their eyes and it was too late.
How old are you exactly?
Old enough, you wee whippersnapper.
Fair enough, but do you actually have any, I don't know, more current or relevant racing experience?
Aye, there was one time I came out of a pub real late, and I was being chased by a witch, and I was to outbreak her onto the bridge, because you know witches can cross water.
What? I don't think that was actually you. I think that's a tale from folklore.
Fuck you, you're a tale from folklore, you wee bastard.
Alright, on to the final lap. Thanks to our finishing first in the qualifying, we have managed to maintain our pole position for this final race.
Aye, you've done well so far, Sonny, but you didn't have these bastards off your chuff quite yet. Up to 5 for this one and hard on the brakes, down to 3 for the turn. Keep it in 3 for this bend, off the throttle and back on. Hard on the brakes and down to 1. Oh, sloppy.
Yeah,
Look
I
at the
see
smoke
it.
from them
I see
tires. Keep it in 2 for this one. Stick it.
Well, we made it out of that turn. So far, so good.
You can't get cocky, Sonny. Tesco needs you. They're running out of stupid.
Hey, whatever, Scotty. I'm managing to maintain first here, so take it easy.
Aye, that AI player behind you looks right pissed. The dollally bastard's got a face like a horse and a huff.
Well, like you said, that's an AI player, and I have no idea what any of that means.
Do you no understand that two-part burn over here? What I'm saying is he's got a face like a horse, as well as he comes from questionable heritage.
Well, Scottish Skeptic, that sounds like a short point set long.
Fuck you, just watch your speed coming into this bend. Remember, down to 3. Stay in 3.
Nah, I remember, and then, yeah, hard on the brakes and down to 1 for this one.
Man, beauty, what a turn, look at that. Looks like you ate your Wheaties this morning, eh, my boy?
Yes, I did. But I definitely just want to thank you for coming out here to help me improve my racing game a little bit. I know it's still a little rough around the edges, but I don't know, I think I moved from karting like a jerk to hopefully karting more like an aggressive amateur.
Aye, I do see a few improvements, but you definitely have a long way to go. Remember, these vehicles are not going to get any slower, so if you're having a problem with the speed now, just wait until you get into the F1 car.
Absolutely, I don't imagine that those are going to be much easier, but I'm definitely looking forward to the climb all the way up these different kind of open-wheel racers. And you know what, there's going to be a few other interesting events along the way that we can try out. Maybe some classic racers, maybe some hypercars. Who knows, we'll see what the calendar throws our way.
Aye, fair enough, but from now on, I'm doing the baselines.
Fair enough, just make sure to have that tuned before we start recording next time.
Oh, fuck off. Maybe next time you can have less of a lead foot. Your feet are so big, if you were throwing your shoes in the Clyde, it'd be a hazard to shipping.
Whatever, I can't understand you half the time anyway.
Oh yeah? Well, you got a face like a burst couch.
Okay, fine. It's been a pleasure having you on here anyway, but I'd certainly love to have you come back for some of our future racing videos so that you can continue to rip me a new one as I brutally climb this long ladder to the top of open-wheel racing.
Aye, we'll come back for some of your later racing videos to see how well you're doing, and I'll continue to rip on you and as I see fit.
Thanks, now fade us out, Scotty.
So I see you've won yourself a trophy for the biggest wanker on the interwebs.
Give me that! Sorry about that, everyone. Thanks for tuning into this episode of The Shredding Skeptic, and I hope to see you next time.